Hi, I'm Charmaine. Welcome to the Love of Self podcast, where we delve into the emotional aspects of finding love for self. Today's topic is influence. Our mental state often has so many influences, not by just the world around us, but our own inner world, our own personal world of being, and what the concepts of our mentality take in. And then once we take it in, what we're able to do with that concept, how we're able to adjust to our world toward what we want or what we need, what we feel, what we take, what we give, what we listen to, what we know within ourselves, and how everything that can affect any of that, and the control that we have to use those concepts towards the directions we want to go in. It's very easy to be influenced in some way. There's influence everywhere, constantly. With every scroll, with every billboard, with every TV screen, with every phone screen, there's influence in some way to take our mind to a place. But the concept of our own mentality that will allow us to be our own influence in spite of what we see and hear can give us our control over how we see ourselves, how we feel ourselves, how we know ourselves to be, the directions we make moves in. When I decide to take my thoughts in a direction that is toward what I know is good within me, what I know is good for me, what I know is good for the people around me, I can then influence myself. When I'm aware of my own thinking, my own consciousness, my own strength, that I know is right, in spite of the influence I have outside of myself, gives me and anyone else the power they need to be themselves, to influence themselves in their own direction for peace and love and joy and everything good that we want for ourselves. It can be difficult though. We can be drowned with sound. We can be drowned with other concepts of being that doesn't align with who we are. We can be bombarded with the constant negativity, the constant pain, the constant tumultuous existence in the world. And those things can be just as profound and influential as the opposite. But that's when we need to have the understanding that we have the control. We have the control of our thinking. We have the control of our doing. We have the control of how we are influenced. We can take that control when we realize that we have control over what we allow to feed our minds. We have the control to realize the truth over the sensationalism. We have the control of our own concepts of thought and consciousness. Once we begin to open our minds up to something better than the negativity that we're led to feed our minds with, our souls with, our hearts with. Once we're influenced in truth, as well as the concepts of our own well-doing and the well-doing of our environments, will win. I'd like to thank you for taking these few moments to listen to what I have to say. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. I'd like to ask you, who has been influencing you lately? Is it mostly you? Is it the noise around you? Is it the peace within you? Is it the reality of what's true? Or is it the superficial ego that poses itself as power? If you were to consider your own concepts and influence within yourself, where does that take you? Where does that move you? What do you gravitate toward? I'd love to hear from you. Please comment or email theloveofselfpodcast@gmail.com. Please remember, I'm not a therapist. Also, my new book is out, Love Yourself, a book of poetry and spiritual writings for self-love, available now on bookbaby.com. I wish you all peace, love, and joy, always. Until next time.